What a show. Clapper.
Jay?
Jay make the rules in smart tech.
Jerry, let's take the baseline for a walk.
All hail Jay! All hail Jay!
Thanks, Jay!
Today I'll be reviewing I'm Thinking of Ending Things, a film you can see on Netflix right now. Here's a plot summary from IMDb. Full of misgivings, a young woman travels with her new boyfriend to his parents' secluded farm. Upon arriving, she comes to question everything she thought she knew about him, and herself. Reading this summary actually gives me clarity, believe it or not. Bored. You guys, this movie was a task to watch. Let me preface what I'm about to say with the caveat that if you're a person who likes interpreting dry, vague, or poetic storylines, a software engineer of films per se, then you can disregard my take that this film is a horse-sized pill to swallow. Seriously, Nicolas Cage couldn't crack this code, but I'm gonna try. And let me say this now since I neglected to in my intro, but I will spoil this movie in my review. However, there isn't really a grand reveal in the movie, so if you want to watch this and then watch the movie, you still can. Though if you're not a movie decoder, don't watch it anyways. This film is not one for the masses. I shouldn't say that. Films like this have much to teach. And why, Jay? Because the symbolism, for God's sakes. Yes, symbolism is real in this movie, and another great piece of filmmaking that is used to tell story. Because this film leaves a lot up to your imagination, you rely heavily on these symbols. One symbol in particular is a pig. During the film, we are shown various images of pigs, or the lack of them in certain places. The lead character, Jake, tells a particularly gruesome story about how one of the pigs at his parents' farm was laying on the ground too long and began to be eaten by maggots. It was being eaten alive. Now, if I had to guess what this movie is really about, I'd say its purpose is to tell the story of how our lead protagonist, Jessie, realizes that she was raped. Heavy stuff. When we first meet Jessie, she is standing in a bright town with light snowfall. The mood is joyous, and she's wearing a vibrant red coat. She is then picked up by Jake, and the happy red coat and smile come off. The ride to Jake's parents' house is desaturated, and what she describes as melancholy, which is also a major theme of this movie. After they get into Jake's parents' house, his true colors are shown. He's violent, nervous, and volatile. This movie drags on inside the house as minutes turn into years. Literally, both parents age and Jessie begins to feel like she's been there forever. Jessie is stuck throughout the entire movie, just thinking of ending things. She never realizes how unhappy she is with Jake until the end of the film when she goes into detail about the night they met. A story that conflicts with what she told his parents. Strange, right? There are many abnormal pieces of storytelling in this film, such as a time-warped ice cream store that they visit on the way home. We are shown it's from a different dimension because the two young girls that are working there seem to recognize Jake from his childhood, and the two burrs or blizzards that they serve them are 2 cents apiece. Which I don't know if they account for inflation, but I couldn't get cows for 2 cents. Let alone the dairy. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked with ice cream, but that's precisely my point. Why the hell are we getting distracted by ice cream? And what does it have to do with the story? Movies like this always grind my gears. However, I don't know if there's a better way of telling the story of such a rough topic. Some films take a more direct, dramatic approach, and that in itself is hard to watch because it's such a disgusting thing. To be honest, I don't know how you'll interpret this film, but if it's a tough subject for you, you might want to try watching something else. Might I suggest the B movie?
You like jazz?
Last but not least, production value was decent. The cinematographer made some cool choices to place characters in odd places of the frame. Like here and here. For such an odd movie, it works. I watched this movie in 2 sittings because that's how bored I was. So, I choose to give this film 3 degrees. And that's all for my review of I'm Thinking of Ending Things. If you liked this review and you thought it was helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more movie reviews, hit me with the subscribe. And as always, if you have a different opinion than mine, or you just want to shout out a movie for me to watch, go ahead and throw that in the comments below. See you guys next time.